Peace family, it's your boy Monte. We're going to give you a quick tip, guys. We're dealing with updating and upgrading your mental, emotional toolboxes. That's what I call it. Updating and upgrading those mental and emotional toolboxes. Before we get into that tip, we're going to have that Cellulite video coming up right after this quick tip. So stay around. You'll get all of it out of it. And big shout out to my girl Betty. I forgot about her in a couple of videos. Betty at Special Touch Graphics. She put me in there with that intro. It's on fire, you guys. Hit her up. I'll leave her information in the bottom. Now back to what it is that we want to talk about. Again, guys, mentally and emotionally, we want to upgrade our toolboxes. What do I mean by that? We want to start to deal with things in a different way if they're not producing the results that we need. So if you're dealing with issues, you're dealing with a problem that you can't seem to solve, and you continuously worry about certain things, it's my solution to a lot of the things that I deal with is I give it 5 minutes to identify the problem and then look at the problem and allow worry to come in for 5 minutes. I give myself 5 minutes if I need to worry about that problem. Then I spend the next 10 minutes trying to find a solution. If I don't find a solution within that next 10 minutes, I let that problem go for the day. I come back and revisit that problem tomorrow if it's not an immediate danger, immediate situation that has to be dealt with right then and there. A lot of the problems are not problems that need to be dealt with right then and there. There are problems that we are projecting out into the future, and this causes a lot of worry. It causes a lot of stress. It's not good for the mental. It's not good for the physical, and ultimately it breaks the body down due to the stress of work. Now you got to understand how the brain works, guys. The brain automatically wants to pick out in our environment the most dangerous things in the environment so it can protect itself, so it can move on to the next level. So the brain is already pre-wired to pick out the most negative things in our surroundings, whether it's physically or mentally, and then prepare for the worst. Now we have to recognize that, and we have to know that we have to shut that part of the brain down when we're dealing with problems that are on down the road that we're projecting, all right? It's not immediate. So the mind would automatically go to the worry and the worst case scenario. So we have to break that down and get away from that type of thinking. Again, what you do with problems, guys, give it 5 minutes. If it's not an immediate problem, 5 minutes to worry about it. Then give yourself 10 minutes to try to find a solution. If you don't find that solution right then and let that problem go for the day and move on. And again, concentrate on other things. Write down what it is that the problem is, and then come back and revisit that the next day and do the same thing until you come up with the solution. You want to spend more time on the solution than you do on the problem. If you can get away from the 5 minutes of worrying about the problem, that would be great. But give yourself 5 minutes, because I know many of you want to worry. Not necessarily want to worry, but feel it's necessary to feel intact, that you really consider something. You know what I mean? So that's the tip of the day, guys. We'll move on to this cellulite. Ladies, we'll talk about how we can get rid of that cellulite. Men, the few that I got on the channel, you too, we can come down with cellulite as well. So we'll get into that right now. Peace. All right, family, we'll go ahead and get right into this one right here, because I know you don't want to see me or hear me for too much longer. So let's get it in, guys. Let's get it in. Cellulite. Many of us are dealing with it, especially those ladies, but men deal with it as well. But this is how we can start to work to decrease it and ultimately eliminate it. But it's going to take time, guys. It didn't come overnight, so it's not going to leave overnight. So it's going to have to be a work in progress and a process to make that thing happen. Let's get it in. It's 3 layers under the skin, guys. 3 layers that you're dealing with under the skin. We're dealing with what is called the fascia. It's connective tissues, guys. This is what keeps everything tight. All right. Then up under that, you have what is called fat cells. Remember, guys, we don't eliminate fat cells. We either reduce them or they become enlarged. All right. Muscle cells. We're dealing with the muscle. Muscles become atrophy, meaning they start to wither away. They start to disappear. And this happens naturally, guys, over time, over the time that we live. So we have to do things to slow down that particular process. And this is how we do this, guys. So with the fascia, guys, in order to keep this tight, we want to, because it becomes stretched, we have to try to keep this tight. And the way to do this, guys, is we have to have high levels of HGH. We need good sleep. We need exercise, and we need fasting. Fasting automatically raises HGH naturally, guys. So this helps to keep the connective tissue tight, guys. And exercising, which we'll explain below, you're gonna have to do resistance training. Anything that tightens the body is gonna be because of the muscle, and you build muscle by resistance training, all right? Whatever degree that you can do it, we have to find a way to do it if we want to keep this fascia from becoming loose also, or stretched. Also, fat cells, they become enlarged because we are eating the wrong things. We have high insulin levels, and our estrogen levels are out the roof as well. So this enlarges the fat cells, which start to stretch the fascia. Now you're going to start to have what is called cellulite, because the fascia is like a web-like connective tissue over the fat, and as it spreads, because the fat is pushing it out, those dimples come on the inside, all right? So we have to keep the insulin down. We have to keep the estrogen down or at normal rates, all right? Muscle atrophy. The muscles start to disappear and waste away. Again, in part because cortisol levels are out the roof, all right? Many of us are dealing with stress. Many of us are dealing with adrenal glands that are hyped up and overworked. So we become what they call adrenaline fatigue. This can be an issue, all from cortisol levels being raised because of stress, all right, and other things, but mainly stress. All right, so again, the fascia is the connective tissue. It becomes stretched because in part the fat cells are being enlarged because of what we are doing with our lifestyle. So we need to lower the insulin, lower the estrogen. We need to raise HGH, get good sleep. We need to exercise, and we need to fast, all right? With the muscle becomes atrophy, meaning it wastes away, it disappears because of cortisol and other things, but mainly the cortisol can help to accelerate this process, so you want to lower cortisol. Now let's talk about how to go about doing these things. So this is ingredients for the reversal of this cellulite. So long nature walks, guys. Long nature walk lowers cortisol. I'm not talking about that speed walk when you out there trying to outrun somebody walking. I'm talking about natural walking where you relax and you're enjoying your walk, all right? Long walks, in nature preferably. Collagen. You want to get in more collagen, guys, so it's great for the skin. It's great for the body. It's great for the connective tissues, the bones. Sea moss for those of us who are vegan is a great source. Bone broth for those of you who are animal eaters. So you can go with that route. There are other supplements as well. Resistance training. This is going to be the key to, again, helping to build the muscle and keep the muscle from atrophying, and also to strengthen the body in general, tighten the skin, all right? You want to fast again, and I have videos on fasting as well, and limit estrogen mimicking compounds that we take in our environment through the foods, through the plastics. We did a big thing on estrogen as well. So again, guys, remember, things don't happen overnight. They don't become bad overnight. Therefore, you're not going to reverse this overnight. It's going to be a process. It's going to be you're going to make progressive steps slowly, but you will be able to reshape the body, also tighten up the body, therefore limiting and doing away with that cellulite, guys. It's gonna be a process. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's a tough thing to get rid of, but it can be done. All right, guys, I'll catch you at the next one. Peace. Quick exit note, fam. Remember, your health is your greatest wealth. Invest in it. It's gonna do you good in the long run. All right, guys, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to that channel. Hit the notification button. I drop videos every day. Peace and love, fam. Peace and love.